I don't think Stephen Green's read that one. He wouldn't approve of that one. Another, I suppose, issue, but again, this is about Jeremy Kyle. I feel I'm like peeling off layer by layer. Was, and I'm going to say after that poem, you may understand why I broke up with my, well, perhaps you do, with my ex-partner all those years ago. But what followed after leaving and going to separate houses, with regard to children, I don't know if everyone seems quite responsible and gentle adults here, I don't know, but it can affect us all. And being denied the rights to see your child, and all of a sudden your vocabulary changes. You have to use words like access, contact, overnight stay. Particularly being a male, I'm just saying, but certain females sort of take things very far. And you probably remember Fathers for Justice, but I think lost a lot of people's sympathy, I think, when they perhaps pushed it too much. Which is a shame, because the real issue is still there, And this poem, so I came up with my own personal experience, and then I was just trying to visualise, other men stuck around of the night waiting for Saturday to come, I suppose. In absentia, I light a candle for the absence, the almost forgotten, the waiting, the worn, a day light for the darkest nights, a filament of throat from thought. I light a candle for the absence, the disappeared, the frightened, the watching, the Saturday fathers, Disneyland dads, happy meal patriarchs, contact controlled, access asked, permission prayed, the deadbeat, child support agents. No rights, only deepest responsibility. And I stare into the flame. I see love and hate unite in one silent flicker. A black and white photograph in a golden frame. But from the slit wrist, the rose will grow. From the distance blazes the geography of the soul. Like candles, we inhabit the night. But absence is not abstention. But what feeds the wick, and who starves the oxygen? What feeds the wick, and who starves the oxygen? And what man is not made from woman and man? Okay. This is a bit of a rant, really, I suppose, and something a bit about. Sorry. Whose is this bit of piece of work? Oh no, thank you for bringing it in. No, that's lovely. Thank you. Interesting. This sort of installation, poetry, and it's like 60s. Great. Obviously, the Iraq War and all that now, which we've sort of, it's been brushed away in a way, hasn't it? And I wrote this was in 2003, this poem. So it's a bit raw, but sometimes, rawness, I think you have to go with it. You don't want to, I don't know. I can't chisel my poems into perfect iambic pentameter and certain structures. That's why I never get published in real magazines, sort of thing, They just chuck it away, sort of thing. But that's okay, because you just follow your own voice and say how you feel. Strangely enough, sorry, just digress a minute. For years, I'd send poems off. Poetry, the Poetry Society and all this is all, up in London. Is doing some big office somewhere, great. Never replies, nothing at all, ever. Since all this has happened, they got in touch with me and they wanted my details, which is bizarre, after all these years of rejection. But I'm, obviously, okay, I'm quite pleased with it, sort of thing. But it just sums up the fickleness of things, I suppose. Anyway, that sounds, it's a bit boring story. It's not really funny. It's not like owing money, and I don't know why I shared it with you. I suppose just the fickleness of these organisations, But I think I've only ever had one poem in Poetry Wales, one poem. I've sent them hundreds. I've sent them all, the ones about domestic violence, and I think I had to reply back. So it's this absurd thing. These are rather harsh, and that was it. Yes, they are harsh. But there we go. Jan was brave enough, and she knew, we talk about things. Anyway, sorry. And this poem again came out of the Iraq campaign, or whatever is called, or was called, Black and White. The white feather is the only time the word, the colour white, is used to denote negativity, failure, dispossession. and insight to hatred, as here now dissent is feared in the lands of the free, as blankness floods our minds, as today war is no longer declared but continued. Like ashes caught in the wind from far off places we watch on TV. It doesn't happen here as they live so differently, like savages, it's all they know. Yet today, another war, a not so far off war, a not living room TV war, a here war, a now war, a white war, a clean war, a new war, an old war, your war, not my war, speaks my name. So today, I will not salute, and I will not march, and I will not build practice bridges in the desert, and my children will never wear your uniform and bow to your orders, as your general holidays in the Alps. No, I shall wear my white feather with pride, and I will throw away your prayer books, your Bibles, your Korans, your Torah, and I will wear your negation with beautiful positivity. Because cowardice is a gun. Because cowardice is a missile fired from hundreds of miles. Because cowardice is flying a plane into an innocent building. And I am unafraid, as your cowardice arises from fear. And I shall wear my white feather with pride. Okay, thank you. Okay. So it's strange, you know, probably a clap, you know. Usually, Eva probably knows it. You get a clap at the first poem, and then you set it up, and then suddenly it sort of dribbles down, and you get a bit paranoid, and then that's the nature of the game, isn't it? I suppose, but that's fine. I'd rather honest clapping than fake. I do want to read this next poem. It is about, I suppose, war, but it just came to me, you know, this poem about the inequalities that exist, and to do with, you know, the monarchy and you know, all the spin that goes around William and Harry in Afghanistan. 1 minute, you know, no, he's been pulled back, and then suddenly we find he's been there 8 weeks living in a cave or something, you know, and just the inequalities. And particularly the story, I was really moved by Reg Keys. I know you might have come across Reg Keys protesting about his Tom Keys. I think they've actually finally arrested someone this week in Iraq about it, you know, and he stood against Tony Blair. And anyway, this poem, again, a bit raw, but I said what I wanted to say. Keys to your kingdom. Privilege provides protection from all the bombs and the hate, and affluence buys you abstention from the battlefields of the occupied state. An accident of birth or a victim of geography, the rules are not the same for soldiers Keys, Tom and Wales Prince Harry. And isn't it strange how Harry's father and grandfather parade like pariahs on Poppy Day, drenched in medals, splattered in ribbons like stapled cadavers, as Tom's father only wears one, the face of his murdered son, where no tomorrows grow today, as the holes gape like a cenotaph Sunday. So pride is indifferent to suffering, and suffering must be for the chosen, or so we are told or led to believe in educational history lessons. As in a coalition of the willing, it is only those chosen ripe for the killing. And Wilfred, your words stick in my throat. 90 years ago you wrote pro patria mori, the old lie, the old lie. You warned us, yet no one heard. And your words drifted like ash in the Novembered sky, as now, today, still, young men and women are sent to another trench, in another country, to fight another man's war, but only if you don't matter to the country you're fighting for.